What's going on, family? You know, I need to go back to doing like crossword. Go back to having like my body like crossed the like sideways. Because when I did it like this, I never put my elbows on anything. You know what I mean? But with the desk in front of me, it's too much with the elbows. It's too much with the elbows. It's like I want to too badly. I want to too badly. Let me get myself all situated here. This is gonna. What's up, Paul? Good morning. London calling. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. I'm getting through there. Mo, what's up, friend? I didn't expect to see you today. You know, when it was like, I feel like, you know, when one person starts the train of, hey, I'm not going to be on a stream, then I feel like everybody else like joins in the train. You know what I'm saying? Like when you said, hey, I'm not going to be there tomorrow, I was like, oh, here we go. You know, no one's going to show up on the stream now. Davisaurus, what's up, friend? Cole, what's up, friend? Honestly, I didn't expect to see you either. You know what I mean? This is like I said, this is one of those times where I expected there to be like 4 people on the stream today. Russ and me. Russ wouldn't miss it for nothing. Russ had to be sick. Even I think if Russ was sick, he'd still come. Of course, people would still show up. I'm in too much of a negative mood today. I'm in too much of a negative mood to say anything nice about myself. I'd crawl out of a burning car to be here on Wednesdays. That's hilarious. Davisaurus, what's up, man? Good to see you. I think can't remember if I said hi to you or not, but I'm gonna say hi to you now. Paul, well, that's what I'm saying. I know most of y'all are still here. That's what it feels like when one person, because there's already been like I think at least 3 people that have told me that they're not going to be here. You know what I mean? So it's just like it's demoralizing. You know what I mean? Like I said, it's almost like discouraging. Like I said, I feel like it's one of those things that I know that not everybody can be here every time. You know what I mean? And I completely understand why people don't. But you know what I mean? In days like today, it's like one of those things where it's like, I don't even understand why people show up at all. But like I said, I'm just in a negative mood. And I'm going to try to turn it around. I'm going to try to do it. We're going to try to keep the negative comments to a minimum. The Feral Toms are here. What's up, friends? How are you? And you're very kind, Cole. You are very kind. Turn that frown upside down. I know. Russ pulled himself out of a burning car today to be here. That's funny. Russ, you got the moderator pick of the day? Are you the starter? You know what also has got me pretty down the last couple of days? For the first time in my life, well, I don't say the first time in my life, but yeah, probably for the first time in my life, I got gray in my beard now. There's a spot, I can't remember what side it is. Maybe it's this side? I can't tell. Oh, maybe it's right here. You can't probably see it as well, but there's definitely gray in my beard now. There's definitely gray in my beard, so that just, I don't know. You know, I can't remember if I said this or not, or if I told this story or not, but there's like this junk that I got in my bathroom that's like a bunch of just like signs, like, you know, almost like it's like a beach show, like the beach signs. You know, of course, it's got like Save the Turtles and stuff like that. It's got a lot of like my personality type shit all over that. But one of my favorite ones is like the newest one that I have on there. Is that says it sucks being the same age as old people. And I tell people all the time, you feel like you're young until all of a sudden you're old, and then as soon as you're old forever. You know what I mean? You're never not old. And that happens like super quick in your life. You know what I mean? Because like when you're a teenager, you feel young still. When you're in your 20s, you still feel young. And by the time that you start hitting 30, the tide turns and you're no longer young anymore. You are now old because everybody in their 20s and everybody in their teens looks at you as an old person. And so now you're old for literally forever. You know what I mean? Your gap in time frame of being young is like this. That's one thing that I feel like they never told us. They never told us when we were growing up. Is like, you're only young like for about 10 years and then it's over. After that, you're old forever, and everybody's going to consider you old. And then all of a sudden, you got a beard. You know what I mean? With gray hair. You know what I'm saying? Again, it's just constant, like the next phase of being old. So yeah. So now, I was looking in the mirror and I was like, oh my god, now I got gray in my fucking beard. You know what I mean? Now I'm halfway in the crypt, yo. I'm halfway in the crypt now. I know I'm talking to the wrong audience about this one. But I will say I was deployed with a dude, was bald at 22, and he also had gray in his facial hair as well at 22 years old. So I think that sometimes it just happens mad early for people. You know what I mean? My man was mad young, and he was balding at like 20 years old. And then gray hair, 23. You know what I mean? So I'm like, for some people, that should just happen like mad early. Pixie, what's up, friend? How are you? How are you doing today? Let's see. Rush, you answered me. Peter, I see you, friend. I see you. What's up, man? Turning into a silver fox. I see what you did there. I see what you did there, bruh. Okay, so he did answer that. What was it she saying? Oh, never mind. My uncle was mostly gray by 29, except for his mustache. I know. I'm definitely no fun at parties, Pixie. I'm definitely no fun at parties. I know. I'm just an old gray man at parties now. I'm an old gray man. Like, I think about, you know how I'm like I said, I'm gonna be doing probably a lot of random terrible talking today. But it's probably good for me to talk it out a little bit, probably, versus like just keeping it all inside. So I do apologize on the front side of this episode of this Women Who Rock Wednesday of probably being pretty much a Debbie Downer for probably the good majority of this. If we're talking about such serious subjects through here. But you know how us suicide kids, when we start getting suicidal, we start thinking about doing things that are like drastic. All right. Let's wait right here. They'll be back. They'll wait right here. All right. I have no idea if anybody's in here or not. I'm gonna wait like 2 minutes before I start diatribing. Okay, we're back. Okay. Today has been one of those days where, again, if it could go wrong, it has been. It has been. My agitation levels are very high. My give a fuck factor is like very low. Today is the kind of day where I would get in a fight with somebody. Does that make sense? We're like, and I recognize this in myself, like when I'm very angry. I thought a lot about canceling the stream, but I had made it a promise that I was not going to cancel streams like that this year, and so I'm here. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that these streams are going to be any fucking good, but at least I'm not canceling them. You know what I mean? At least I'm not giving in to my depression in that aspect where I'm like canceling those things. But again, I feel like everything is testing me. I was even like, yo, is today like a full moon or something? Because I feel like just if it could go wrong, it's going wrong. And I feel like it's just, you ever get one of those, you ever like get in those feelings where you just want to punch your hand through the drywall? Where you just want to break your hand off in the drywall because you just need to punch something? You know what I mean? That's how I feel today. I was doing my laundry. And that was fucking up. You know what I mean? That should have been like a boom boom thing, and like even that, like I said, even the little things, I couldn't even do those right today. You know what I mean? It's like if if I was to floss my teeth this morning, I would have pulled a tooth out. You know what I mean? That's kind of like how it is. You know what I'm saying? It's just been one of those days where that's how the stream ended. For whatever the fuck reason, somehow when I push the spacebar button, which is, it's none of my hotkeys. I don't have spacebar for any hotkey on my program. But for some reason, it shuts down my recordings. And it only used to do it when it was off stream. But now it's doing it when we're also on stream. Because we just literally went through this where we literally shut the stream down because I hit the spacebar button. That's the kind of day that I'm having. It's the fact that like even my programs are just like adding these random hotkeys that are just shutting off my recordings. You know how many times I've fucked up recordings and stuff like that in the past, and we've talked about this, all because I hit like a random spacebar button and all of a sudden like 45 minutes of a fucking reaction like got deleted. It's shit like that. You know what I mean? Because we're, like I said, we're already on the second stream of the day because I hit the spacebar button once today. And like I said, how else am I supposed to start and stop the video other than hitting the spacebar button? But I can't even do it now. But anyway, I was starting to talk about when we talk like about how when we get to these modes where we want to do something drastic, that's how I felt the other day when I saw the gray in my beard. I was like, do I need to like start shaving my face now? You know what I'm saying? And I was like, who gives a fuck? You know what I mean? I was like, well, then I'm like, you know, maybe we'll just shave our head too. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. This is, like I said, not very entertaining today. It's just like when I get in these kind of like this kind of headspace, I don't know what to do. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, when like, you know, when you can recognize that you're angry, you can recognize all these things. I'm like, it's just like what to do about it. You know what I mean? Like, I haven't been able to like calm myself down the last couple of days, where I'm just like continually getting more agitated the more and more that I'm going about living. You know what I mean? Where like everything makes me like incredibly angry. Everything. No matter what it is. Like I said, the littlest thing. I can't even walk to my kitchen and throw a piece of trash in the garbage because if I open up the garbage trash and I go to place it down, a little breeze of air will come from my air unit and blow it out of the trash can. So it just lands on the floor today. You know what I mean? It's just like that, where it's just like no matter what you're trying to do, nothing is working right. And I feel like when I come on here, like, and I have these kind of like these kind of days, I feel like it just ruins it for everybody else. You know what I mean? Because nobody wants to come on here and like, you know, watch me just like basically talk shit or anything. Period. You know what I mean? Again, like too much with the negative today. Too much with the negative. And you guys already know that I don't take compliments well. So I'm like, you know, I never come on here looking for people to say nice shit to me because I'm like, that just makes me frustrated. I hate people that are like literally just go on there and just like basically like sing the sorrow so that way people will feel bad for them. You know what I mean? If there's anything, it makes me mad at myself that people are saying nice things to me because they feel like they have to. You know what I mean? Because I'm putting people into a position that they have to now all of a sudden say something to make me feel better. But who gives a fuck about me? Nobody should give a fuck about me. Like I said, I know I'm going to say things today that I shouldn't say. And I know I'm going to say things that are going to get misconstrued. And I don't want to just sit here and not say anything at all, you know? Like, I don't know what to do with myself. Will it make me feel better if people talk shit to me? No. Because that's only that's only just like giving into like, that's only just that's only like reevaluating, like I guess it's only confirming how I feel about myself. Does that make sense? So if anybody was to say shit things to me, it's gonna be like, well, of course, it's exactly what I deserve. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna argue with nobody. I'm not gonna tell anybody they're wrong. You know what I mean? What's up, Anna? How are you today? Oh, man. This is going to be the worst 3 hours of my life. You know what I'm saying? Fuck me in the fucking face, bro. I don't even know why I got on here today. All I want to do is just like shut my channel down. I just want to burn it all to the ground today. That's all I've been feeling all week, is just burn it all down, bro. Because you know how easy would it be to just shut everything off? To just shut it all off and nobody would be able to contact me. Nobody would know what happened. Nobody would know what happened. I would just disappear. And then everybody would move on with their lives like everybody else does. And that's just what happens. You know what I mean? Somebody asked me yesterday, what would X person do? What would X person do? They'd move the fuck on. They'd move the fuck on the way everybody else would. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody would even remember who the fuck I was a year from now. You know what I'm saying? Like, if we're just being for real, that's the reality. Life goes on. Life moves on. People forget you. You know what I mean? We're living in this world where everybody, like, I'm watching all these content creators, like, you're just like in this constant state of trying to stay relevant. So you gotta like just like constantly throw yourself out there each and every fucking day, some way, to just try to like just, you know, make it. And that goes for anybody really who has to do anything on the internet and put their face out there. Artists, you know, not record labels obviously, but the artists themselves. You know what I mean? Go sell your soul. Alright, y'all. Y'all didn't come here to listen to me fucking bitch about life. Y'all came to hear listen to songs, so let's listen to some fucking music. I can't even play that. You see what I'm talking about, friends? Like I said, I can't even play a song without it fucking up.
We're gonna sink my
Oh, it's pretty actually. That was pretty fire, bro, Russ. On a serious note, because I know that today sucks for the viewers and everybody who put songs on the playlist, and I apologize for that. But in all seriousness, Russ, this song was pretty fucking great. I'm gonna give you a star, dude. I want to make sure I don't forget this one on the playlist. Are they Canadian too? I missed everything anybody put in there. German rock band. They're pretty fire. All right. We got her saved. We got her saved, Russ. We got her saved. All right. Bebe Rexha. I think I guessed that this was Kalia's the other day, and I was wrong about it. I'm gonna show you crazy. All right. Show me crazy. You know what's crazy? My man with the pop. Oh my god, this is from 10 years ago? Holy fuck. I can't believe she's really been around for that long, dude. That's crazy. Remember I was talking about being old? Before you know it, they've been out for 10 years, bro. Before you fucking know it. That's what I'm saying. I know her, but I couldn't even, I'm trying to remember what one of her big ones was. Especially like in the beginning. But I don't know, man. I wonder when she started making music. Like what time frame this was. Is this like first project Bebe Rexha? Or yeah, I don't even know if you say her name right. Shout out to Blue. Shout out to Blue. I'm gonna keep the train rolling, bro. We got Punch Bag, Dead Pony, As Everything Unfolds. I had Die Spitz, The Sixsters, a Bad Romance cover, Hala, Bachelor's Groove, Piano, something with pianos, Marquetta, Irglová and Glen Hansard, Space Moth, Rihanna, Disturbia. I know that song. Who thinks I don't know Rihanna's Disturbia? Who thinks I don't know that song? My mind's in Disturbia. I know that how man, you would have had to been like under a rock to not hear some of those songs. Billie Eilish-Skinny, don't know that one. And the new song from South Arcade. Yo, Johnny, what do you think about the band I showed you last time? I heard they're planning a comeback after some time. Probably a rumor, though. That, what were they called? The Strokes 2.0? That band? Is that the one you're talking about? They sounded pretty cool. Oh, I just saw Bachelor's Grove live recently. They're from my area, not my request. I don't even know what they sounds like, so I don't know if it would be your request. The Rakes, thank you. This what I call it, the Strokes 2.0. They're called the Rakes, but sure. Yeah, they were pretty cool. Like I said, I like a little bit of everything. I like a little bit of everything. I don't I've gone through like periods of times where I really like British like pop, like punk music, like British alternative music. Like I said, I've gone through a little bit of everything. Like I said, I've had my time with bands like that. I don't know how that one would have like slipped through the cracks or whatever, but I mean, I can't hear every band out there in the world. But yeah, for what they sounded like, from what the one we checked out last time, they sounded pretty dope. You know what I mean? Like I said, they reminded me of like a grouping. And some bands automatically do that for me, but again, I hate to be the guy who like I don't like to put people in categories like that, and I don't like to do that. Where because I say you sound like the Strokes and you have a name like the Strokes, and does it mean that you're trying to be the Strokes? You know what I mean? Even though it just sounds like it's all the same, like festival. You know what I mean? Randy, what's up, friend? I'm exhausted and I'm in pain, but I'm alive. Aren't we all, friend? Aren't we all? And yeah, you've had a much worse 24 hours. So I'm glad you're doing okay, friend. Someone said they sound like the Shovels while I was being for a bit. The fuck are the Shovels? I don't even know. I think it's just more or less like when everybody put the like in front of their name. You know what I mean? That's why I was making the joke about the Strokes, because around that time frame, everybody was the blank, the this, the that, the this, the that. Speaking of the Strokes, that's what got Randy to pop up out of nowhere. What's up, Sugar Free? How are you today? These Mafra videos must be getting everybody views, bro. These Mafra reactions must be getting everybody reactions, because I love when I see the Kool-Aid, like all the Kool-Aid drinkers jump on an opportunity to try to catch some views. You know what I'm saying? And Super Free, I'm Sugar Free, I'm bringing you up not because you are definitely not that person. I want to make sure that I say that is you are not the guy that I think is chasing views. Now I've never thought that about you in a day of my life, so I just want to make sure I cleared that up. When I say Sugar Free, you're definitely not the person I'm talking about when I say that, or even remotely close to it. But fuck me, in the last couple of days, if I haven't seen like the next 3 Kool-Aid drinkers just do something with it. You know what I mean? It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Just go do Taylor Swift reactions, friends. Just go do them. You know what I mean? If you're gonna go sell your soul, just go listen to some girly Taylor pop. You know what I mean? Just do it. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. You know what I also realized that I don't do enough fake movement of my face. You know what I mean? Please don't, Randy. Somebody when I was talking about the Pink Floyd shit, like I said, I got a lot of people. I had a lot of people fucked up on that comment because I did not articulate and communicate that exactly how I was trying to. Because all people heard was that I was basically purposely not enjoying certain things in life. And I was like, that's not what I'm trying to say. Not at all. That's not at all what I'm trying to say. But man, when it comes to the Taylor thing, I was like, somebody, some way, somehow will ask. And it'll probably be some song that I don't hate. And then it'll lead to a second one where it's going to be like, we're not doing this path. You know what I mean? Oh my God, Randy, stop it. The tickets were $90 and that's way more expensive than what I was expecting. You did just sound, you sound like divorced dad rock. You know what I mean? $90 isn't that bad, especially for a legacy band, yo. After all the fees and that shit, you know what I mean? $90 before the fees is what's a little steep. You know what I mean? Because they're going to charge you another $45 in fucking fees. You did just kind of make my day by calling yourself out about saying some old people shit like that. Like, $90 for tickets. Oh my God, back in my day, we paid $10 at the door. You paid $10 at the door, they gave you a wristband. Oh my God. That's what you missed, Randy. I'm also old. You missed that whole speech. I got gray in my beard. I'm also old as fuck. You know what I mean? But I'm not quite to the point of like the back in my day conversations. I'm not quite to the point of complaining about concert ticket prices, even though they are astronomically expensive, which is crazy because, again, without getting too negative here, we all know that the live music industry especially, has been monopolized. It's been monopolized, and now there is nothing to challenge that. So, again, you're paying $45, $50 fucking dollars in fees to go to the venue to see the show that somebody else owns every part of it. You know what I mean? Like I said, we've just lived through the era of it being monopolized, and now there's nothing to do about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what happens when you let things get monopolized, because now the same people own the venues, the parking lots, the concessions, and in a lot of cases, the merchandise. You know what I mean? So that's where we're at today, friends. That's why we're at when people refuse to go to shows because, oh my God, $25 was a lot for a ticket. Oh my God. Sheesh. How will I ever pay $5 for a beer?
It's not working. I don't need anything from you, but you still want everything from me.
Oh man, as soon as I hit play, I look up and I'm like, oh man, we're on a fucking ad break. My bad, dogs. My bad. Once Johnny goes completely white. I'll be Gandalf the Grey over here in this motherfucker, you know what I mean? Gandalf the damn Grey. I'm telling you, I should have never put my shit forward because now I'm just like I'm covering up my face all the time because I fucking can. Kalia, what's up, friend? How are you today? How are you today? For those of you who are just joining, we're trying to turn things around here, but again, don't expect much from me today, friends. Don't expect much. I'm doing my bestest. I'm doing my bestest to try to be as positive as possible today. But I do not want to open the door to start like getting all pissy at record labels and all that kinds of shit, because then, you know, we're just going to go there. You know, we do it every once in a while, but today's the day where I'm like, it's going to lead to worser feelings. So I hope you're doing good. Well, I appreciate it. I'm not, but I appreciate it. I appreciate the kind thought. My shoulder hurts when am I PMSing, Pookie? Maybe. I started. Long story short, I am very angry, but I feel like this is it's been like the last few days. You know what I mean? Where like the agitation levels are very fucking high, and like really no matter what I'm doing, it doesn't really like I can't make myself like less angry. You know what I mean? And I hate being angry. It's I would much rather be dead inside and lifeless than be angry and frustrated. You know what I mean? My days of being angry are far behind me. You know what I mean? So when I start getting like this angry and I can't like not be, I start to worry myself a little bit. You know what I mean? Because like again, you know, like anything in life, right? You go through your steps. You try your coping step A, then you try coping step B, and you go through your steps. And then normally something helps a little bit. You know, we're just in the phase where like nothing really helps. You know what I mean? And even like thinking about the concept just makes me again angry. So I don't know what it is, Randy. I don't know what it is. But it's just the cycle of the season, if you will. And again, like I mentioned it in the beginning, where again with my history of just like my mental health in general, when I start thinking about doing drastic things is when I start to worry again a little bit more about myself. And the gray and the beard and wanting to shave my face and or shave my head and or both is pretty drastic. Well, obviously I didn't do those things, you know, but when you're like convincing yourself that this would be a good idea, that's more or less recognizing the issue at hand. Does that make sense? And again, I just feel like I'm at that point in my stage, you know what I mean? And it's tough to get on here and pretend like this isn't like what's going on behind the scenes. And then, again, I feel like I don't want to cancel my streams because I also feel like I want to be try to like, you know, I feel like that's almost giving in sometimes. And I did it a lot last year, but I'm just trying to not do that. Does that make sense? You'll cry if I ever shave. Yeah, I tell people all the time, like if I shave my face, I look like a frog. I've only shaved my face, I think, like 2 times since I've got out of the military. As soon as I left, I started growing a beard and I started growing my hair out, and then I've cut my hair a few times, gone through different phases with different lengths and shit like that, right? But it was like never ever military cut. You know what I mean? And I always had facial hair. So I've never liked myself without a beard since I've ever had a beard. So, and that was one of those things where like when you have to shave your face every single day for 6 years of your life and you have to look a certain way, you're starting to want to look a different way, you know? The frog trot. That's funny. Oh man, that's funny. A gay frog might be facts. That's funny. Oh man, y'all got me to laugh twice today. That's better than I thought we were gonna get to. All right, that breaks over. Punch bag, playing God. Let's check this thing out.
Stop talking. It's not working. I don't need anything from you, but you still want everything from me. Last warning. Sky falling. Does it really have to come to this? 'Cause I'm not going on that trip. Rip the ribbon out my hand and keep it as a souvenir. You keep playing God. Pouring the wine. You're standing so behind. just kissed. Take your cases from under the stairs, and I'll pretend you were never here. You keep playing God. I'm pouring the wine. Oh, you're standing so near. You're so hard to find. Oh, you're so hard to love. And you keep blowing us up. Oh, you break the wings of the dove just to stand above. Oh, me. You keep playing God. I'm pouring the wine. Oh, you're standing so near. You're so hard to find. Oh, you're so hard to love. And you keep blowing us up. Oh, you break the wings of the dove just to stand
All right. How many followers do they have? Okay. It's on the smaller side. I don't know, man. Let's throw one up. Let's make the third guess Steve. Oh, Yulita? Was it Yulita? Damn. Yulita. I guess I just saw her. After I made my third guess, I saw her comment. That's why I said I don't even go into the comments anymore. So that way I can get legit guesses up in this motherfucker. And nobody could say I'm cheating. Nobody could say I'm cheating. Anubis, how are you doing today, friend? And Steve, I was trying to say like indeed with the Dorian Electra thing, I was like when the way that she sings the verses, I'm like it reminds me of Dorian Electra, like the same way that she sings. Yeah, Yulita was throwing curveballs with that one. I was like, that didn't sound like her typical,
really close. Yeah.
her typical picks. You know what I mean? Dead pony freak like me. I'm just gonna say out the rip that I'm gonna say that this is Davisaurus.
Hell yeah! I think I'm sick, I can't control that. But do they all like what they see? You're jealous, everybody knows it. You wish you could be a freak like me. 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 Keep pushing forward. Are you out of line? If you wanna get with me, better take some time.
Not too far. I don't know how many guesses I got, but I guess we'll go with we'll guess Russ and Steve
Really
again.
close. Yeah.
We'll guess Russ and Steve, just so I can get shot, because my first everybody I thought would have picked it, it was not them. So who it was it Steve? It was Steve? Oh shit. Okay. Well, I didn't get shot then. You get a gold star today too, Steve. Man, I feel like I'm just being special to the Mons today. Yeah, that shit was fire, man. That shit was fire. I'm not even gonna lie. Not even gonna lie. And yeah, between that Future Palace song and this one, we've got some good shit in here today so far. As everything unfolds, find another way. Who did not say hi to out loud? Judy Pink. What's up, Fred? How are you? Hope you're doing well today. And Peekaboo Friend, how are you? I hope you're doing well today as well. Hope you're doing well today as well. As everything unfolds, find another way.
Manipulated and reanimated, guide me to my ends. Burden weighs heavy on my soul, and my routines now will you relent control. Tangents upon tangents.
Find another way. That's not even like their most popular song from that project. That looks like it's like one of the lesser ones in terms of just like the stream count for they got a new album out. It came out on Friday. Holy fuck. Hold on now. I'm gonna download this project. Okay, they got a decent amount of followers and listeners. I was about to say, I was like, that's a pretty good for an album that came out on Friday with these numbers. Jesus Christ. Excellent finding there, Dave. I feel like as soon as I said it was you, I was like, it's definitely Dave. It's definitely Dave. Because when I guessed Russ off the rip, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, we haven't hit Dave's yet. I was like, it's definitely Dave's. I was like, I felt confident. Because like in the last one with Steve, if it wasn't somebody like Steve, I'm like, Steve, it made sense. But I was like, man, I'm like, everybody who I would have thought for sure would have put in something like this. So I'm like, we've already picked, or they have already been picked. Now, Die Spitz, that definitely sounds like Russ. I'm pretty sure Russ was the one who introduced us to them in the first place. And I could be wrong about that though, but I'm pretty sure it is him. Look at that. See, I'm like, I remember sometimes who introduces the bands. Not every time. Steve remembers like every single one of them, but I can't remember them all like he does. I Hate When Girls Die by Die Spit. Is this new? A new one from them? Oh, from a year ago? Not even new. Just some new heat to hear. Oh my god. You know how I was saying on Sunday that sometimes like you just can't help but see things that make you want to smoke? My first cigarette I ever smoked, the pack looked just like that. They were left in my truck. They were left in my truck by my roommate who borrowed my car. I didn't even know that motherfucker smoked. I didn't even know he smoked when I moved in with him. It was in tech school. In the Air Force, bro. I didn't even know he smoked. I didn't even have a clue. Left a pack of Marlboro Lights in there. Never looked back, big dog. Now I'm addicted for life. Still, recovering addict to the cigarettes, man. I miss nicotine every day. Especially in days like today. You know what I mean? Every single person, it's like every single person I saw, like driving around, like, you know, doing everything today. It was like every single person was smoking. And it was just like, man... It just makes you want to stop at the store, at the 7-Eleven, bruh. Get a little 2-pack of the soda. You can't even buy that anymore for $20. Fucking hell, bro. Fucking hell. You gotta get at least $30 for 2 packs of the soda. The horror movie vibes in the music video are pretty dope. They're Russ. Reminds you of like horror movies from like the, I don't know, probably like the 70s and 80s kind of shit. You know what I mean? Like the like when they were first popping off with the all the stuff in the woods, like the Jason's movies and stuff like that, like the Friday the 13th, and what's that other one? Oh my god. Oh my god. The movie where they're like out in the woods in the cabin and they got the little book and like all the zombie demon things like come alive. You know what I'm talking about? Oh my god. They made that like 7 movies in the jump. Like in a TV show. I can't remember what it was called. The Living Dead? The Living Dead. The Evil Dead. There we go. The Evil Dead. Thank you. Thank you. The Evil Dead. Yeah, that was like the same kind of time frame when they were making all those like out in the horror movies out in the woods. It was a vibe. It was a vibe they was doing there for a minute. Oh shit, I hit the button. Anna said she loved him as a kid. Out in the woods, Wrong Turn. Well, there's all kinds of movies, like one-off, especially one-off movies. They're all with the horror Jones out in the woods. There for a while, especially when I was like a teenager, I watched every single horror movie they put in the movie theater. Like every single one. But back then they used to put them all out there. Now you have to like find them on like streaming services and shit if there's anything good. I can't remember what that movie was called, but the last like horror movie I got a little excited about. Oh fuck, hold on. I know I messaged somebody about this one, and I remember who I messaged because I don't message them very often. But when I did, it's normally about horror movie stuff. Opus. It was this movie called Opus. And not that it was anything that I had never really seen before, but I feel like it was they did a good job with the premise. And that was probably the last horror movie I watched that I was like, you know what? They didn't do a bad job with this one. It's more psychological than anything. But that's the kind I probably fuck with the most. I be getting down with like the slashers and all that kinds of stuff too. The Halloween movies are probably more my favorite for that. I definitely like the Michael Myers series. I think probably the most. The Friday the 13th were pretty cool too. I go and like watch them all over again every so frequently. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I go and like just watch the cycle of like all the runs in the movies, all the terrible ones too. You know what I mean? And you know, like I said, I think the Halloweens are probably just my favorite of those kinds. But yeah, Opus was probably the last like horror-esque movie that I watched that wasn't bad. I don't know, has anybody watched Black Phone 2? If you watched Black Phone 2, let me know. I want to know what people's opinion of that one was, because I haven't watched it yet. But I liked the first movie, and I was like, what are they going to do with the second movie? So I don't know. Peter said he's not into horror. Well, it does not surprise me, Aurora fans of the world. That you're not into horror. I can see that, Peter. You know what I mean? I wouldn't say that you were giving off horror vibes, you know, because I don't think you were. Black Phone 2 was awful? Okay, that's all I needed to hear, because I'm like, just because you like continue the thing doesn't make it good. You know what I mean? And I'm like, the first one was pretty good. Second one, no. Another movie I watched that they had me on the hook there for a while was this movie called Heretic. and it had oh my god, what the fuck was his name? He was that British dude who was in movies like he was like in rom-coms forever. Hugh Grant. Hugh Grant was in that one. Pretty great movie. Pretty great movie. But I didn't really love how it ended. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. Sometimes they draw me in with like somebody like, oh, Hugh Grant is going to be like the focal point of this movie. Interesting. Read the plot. You're like, I'll check that shit out. And then you watch it, and it's like great all the way up until like the last like 20 minutes. And you're like, bro, don't tell me it's really this is what it is. And I'm like, that's really what it was. God damn it. They got me. You know what I mean? Fucking hell. Fucking hell. Did you like that movie, The Feral Toms? Did you like the Hugh Grant movie? Did you like Heretic? I feel like that's still a win for me, though. Even though I didn't love the ending, I still feel like it was a win. You haven't seen it yet? I feel like, again, if you're into it, I would say it's worth checking out. The one movie I will say that I will say that I don't know if I've said it on here, but the last movie I tried to put people on, where I was like, I'll put people on to this one, and I'll die on the hill that if you don't like it, then you just don't appreciate films. At least not in this genre, is The Menu with like Ray Fiennes. That movie is fire as fuck. So that's the last movie I probably watched where I was like, yo, if you love great movies, watch this movie. One of these movies you should scream a horror movie on Discord. We could totally do that. I haven't seen The Menu yet either. Okay, that's the one I'd say definitely watch. Definitely watch The Menu. That's just a great movie overall. It's not, even if people don't like horror movies, it's a great movie. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. It's the only movie that I have ranted and raved about for about the last like 5 years, where I was like, this the one. This the one where it's like, it's a great fucking movie. Especially if you like psychological anything, and especially if you like the horror genre, because it's an offbeat horror. It's not your traditional horror, but it makes you feel the way a horror movie is supposed to make you feel, kind of like throughout the whole thing. It's really hard to describe, but it's a great fucking movie. Don't play on your phone while you watch it. You know what I mean? Sit down and watch it. That's the other thing I will also say about when it comes to cinema, is too many people are like fucking around doing other things while like the movie's happening. When it comes to like, I feel like cinema, it's the same way that I try to treat the music on here, right? Where it's like, it's this piece of art, and if you're distracted, you're not going to fully appreciate it. Even if you don't like it, you still want to fully appreciate it. And when it comes to like movies, there's a lot of things I like to throw on in the background so I can fuck around and do stuff, but movies are not one of them. You know what I mean? I feel like TV shows are for that. Reality especially. Reality TV is great for that. Throw on something stupid in the background you don't really care about, and then you can fuck around on your phone and do other stuff. Stay on the soapbox. I am here for it. Yes. Like I said, when it comes to movies, for sure, man, I feel like that's like the thing that I'm trying to like. I feel like the last couple of times I've had this conversation with people, like they totally understood what I meant. When it's like it's almost like when you go to a movie theater and you sit down and you're gonna watch anything in a movie theater, you don't fuck around on your phone. You know what I mean? Like you put your phone in your pocket, you put it on silent, and you're immersed into something. You are like, even if it's a comedy movie, like you just, for this whatever period of time, this is what we're doing and focusing on. You know, and I feel like a lot of people just don't do that shit anymore. When I like throw on movies and stuff like that, I always make it a point to pay attention. And if I find myself not paying attention, I come back to it. Because, again, it's a film. And I feel like there's a lot of great TV shows out here that do the same fucking thing, where it's like, when you watch it, you gotta pay attention, because you're gonna miss so much of it if you're casually watching it, you know? Again, there's all kinds of entertainment out there. If you want to fuck around and do other things and, I don't know, play Xbox or whatever, or fucking PlayStation while you Play Call of Duty in the background while you're watching something. Throw on something stupid that you don't care about. Like, again, reality TV is great for that. That's one thing I will say, you know, as somebody who I feel like I just appreciate the arts for kind of like everything that they are supposed to be. And I feel like reality TV, it's its own kind of entertainment. You know what I mean? And there's a moment in time sometimes where I feel like it's fun to watch something I don't give a shit about. We're watching a bunch of people that I would never really ever engage with. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're almost getting immersed into a world of these type of people that you would just never interact with. You know what I'm saying? To me, I find it fascinating. It's almost like a character study. You know what I mean? Like any of those reality, I'm gonna tell you, I'm a little bit of a sucker for this. Any of those reality shows that are about like Love Island, that's been popping up on my Netflix lately. Like there's like a new season of Temptation Island. Yo, these couples go to an island to purposely like break up for a period of time and like date people. Oh my god, it's so messy. It is like must-see TV. Like I said, yo, it is so entertaining. When I saw that pop up, I'm like, oh yeah, when the time is right, I'm throwing that one on for sure. Because I was like, that shit is so crazy. In fact, who goes on these shows? Who in their right mind would ever go on a show like this with their partner and like be serious about it? And they're like, oh no, this is for us to like better know each other and for our relationship. The lies that they get off, yo, is crazy. The lies they get off are crazy. Oh my god, I actually kind of excited to watch that shit now. Oh man, this is not an ad. They don't pay me to say this. we went from horror movies to junky reality TV in the streaming era, because it's now streaming reality TV. Like these Netflix reality shows. It's a whole different vibe than like the ones that we was like watching like, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago. No, not 30, because reality TV wasn't really a thing then. Yeah, like in the last like 20-something years. 20, 25 years type shit. Oh, man. Yeah, for real. Thanks, Judy. Definitely not sponsored. Reality TV is so bad it's good. That's what I'm getting at, where I'm like, it's like... I can't help but get sucked in because, again, like I said, I would never ever talk to these people. I have met people like I said, yo, I've met people of all kinds of walks of backgrounds, like probably almost every kind that can exist in this world, especially in the United States. And so, like, everybody kind of falls into specific categories of kind of like who the kind of type of person that you are, yo. And these are the kind of people, again, that I would never really interact with. These are the kind of people that go to clubs every weekend. You know what I'm saying? And they live in places not like Planet Fitness, but like LA Fitness. If they have an LA Fitness membership, they're more likely to go on a reality game show. All right, I'm giving away too many intel secrets, friends. This is how you profile people. The cops do it to you every day, I promise. All right, the Sixers, let's do it.
Fighting for the dreams, standing together, trying to breathe. Hearts are burning, breaking through. Women of the world, we are the strongest crew. Every tackle, every run, voices rising like a storm. Equal in the fight, equal in the game. This is real, this is our true for me.
Shout out to the Sixers, yo. Oh yeah, it is brand new. 2 weeks for sure, brand new. I was gonna say this definitely gives into like female, like rockin' women who rockin' like female empowerment like vibes for sure. Like a theme song of all the types. Great video imagery, and especially like I said, especially for like a band like this that's been through like a fucking the hell of a last, like, I don't know, let's say 5 years. It's just cool to see them like give off like strong vibes, just in general. You know what I mean? All right, let's not fuck with them today. Let's not do it. Let's not do it. Let's see. It was OG, man. I was gonna say I'm trying to think of even who even fuck with the Sixers like that. Shout out to OG, man. I thought you did. I thought you did like them. I can't remember everything, but I do remember some things. Michelle's music channel. Bad Romance cover by Lady Gaga. Oh fuck, my chat's fucked up again. Hey Lumen, how are you, friend? Hey Jenna, how are you? I feel like there's somebody else I'm missing. Geek Girl, how are you today? I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you guys are doing well. Do I need to refresh the playlist or anything? Russ? Shout out to Russ. I'm still trying to figure out who the fuck put Disturbia in here like I didn't know that song. Elsie, I didn't say hi to you either. How are you doing, friend? I hope you're doing well today. Not so far. Johnny, is it me or does it seem like your live viewers on Twitch have been growing? Don't even get me started on that today, bro. It's gonna be you don't you don't want me talking about my channel, I don't think, today. But I appreciate the sentiment, my guy. I appreciate the sentiment. It's very kind of you. Very kind of you. Who would have put a bad romance cover of Lady Gaga? Judy Pink would do something like that, probably. But Judy Pink hasn't put a song in the playlist the last few weeks. Who else would have? I don't know. Somebody that wants me to sing, probably. Just got off my own live. I did see you fucking around earlier, man. You was on here for a while, there, Elsie. You was out for a hot minute. For a hot minute, yo. Is Cole around here today? She was, but she might have passed out. She did say she was like extra tired today. She was here like earlier today. At the very beginning. But I don't know if she's still hanging around. What's her name? Like it's just Cole? Oh yeah. Is just Cole. Let's see. Let's add her. Are you asleep? The fact that she hasn't said anything when I've said her name out loud, she's probably sleeping, yo. Cole's probably asleep. I don't think she would have put the cover of Bad Romance in here. You might as well just shoot me because I have no idea who would have put this in here, yo. I don't even know anybody on the channel that even like GaGa other than me. You know what I mean?
Oh, oh, oh,
ooh la la, want your romance, ra ra ra, rama, ooh la la, want your romance. I want you ugly, I want you to seize. I want your everything as long as it's free. I want your love, 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 love. I want your love. I want your drum, the touch of your hand. I want your leather coat sick in the sand. I want your love, love, love. I want your love. You know that I want you, and you know that I need you. I want it bad, your bad romance. I want your loving, I want your revenge. You and me could run a bad romance. I want your loving, all your love is revenge. You and me could run a bad romance. Oh, oh, oh. It's all a criminal as long as you're mine. I want your life, love, love, love. I want your love. I want you to cycle your part of the street. Want you in my window, baby, see. I want your love, oh love, love, love. I want your love. You know that I want you, and you know that I need you. I want it better, your better romance. I want your love and I want your revenge. You and me could write a better romance. I want your love and I want your revenge. You and me could write a better romance. Oh, oh, oh. Baby, walk and move the bitch crazy. Walk, walk, fashion baby, walk and move the bitch crazy. Walk, walk, fashion baby, walk and move the bitch crazy. I want your love and I want you revenge. You and me could write a bad romance. I want your love and I want your revenge. You and me could write a bad romance. One mama, gaga, ooh la la, want your good romance.
Shout out to Cherokee, yo. Whoa, 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 whoa. Caught in a bad romance. What's her deal, Cherokee? She like do covers or something, or she a YouTuber? What's her deal? Do you know, or you just came across it one day? You know, sometimes you just can't help but sing along, yo. And GaGa's one of those ones. You know, you can't help but sing along when GaGa be playing. You know, Maul, you're gonna have to ask. You're gonna have to ask Rod Bay about our Lady Gaga story. Well, not our Lady Gaga story. His Lady Gaga story. One of my favorite stories about that guy involves Lady Gaga. Like his particular Lady Gaga story always makes me laugh. Always makes me laugh. So you have to ask him to tell you about that because he knows what I'm talking about. He'll probably tell you. But like whenever you talk to him again, you should ask him about it. You should ask him like, what's Charlie talking about when you guys lived in your first apartment together and he found out about you liking GaGa. That's what you should ask him. ask him how I found out about that. How I found out about him even knowing who GaGa even was, you know what I mean? This was back when she was first like coming out, you know, and people like her music like was like just becoming a thing where people were starting to hear it. And so I'm like, I didn't even know that he even knew who she was yet. And so when I was like, oh, you know who GaGa is? You know what I mean? Yeah, you should ask him about that. He'll tell you. He'll tell you about it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Hala, Heel live at St. Pancras Church. Pancras. From 5 days ago. Hala sings. Is this like super, super serious? We singing in a church?
Why do I feel like this? I'm opening uncertainty. Edges soften underneath. I'm waking up. Red and orbit surfacing. I lie, but you already see. Been starving without offering. I want you to heal the parts of me that no one sees. I fear it, but it's good for me. What lies beneath
Well, that was dope.
Thank you very much.
She totally cooked on that shit. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know. I'm just gonna guess mall. Oh shit! It might have been mall from 13 hours ago, maybe. Ho ho! Let's go. Maul, you're another one of those people though. Like almost every pick could be you. You know, so it's like on Wednesday, it could be like anything could be you, almost. So it's always hard to pick and to nail you down. I swear to God, this Rihanna song. My mind's in Disturbia. Who the fuck would have put that, yo? Is that Kalia? That'd be my first guess. All right. Jessica, you know, honestly, I swear to God, friend, I was literally thinking about you like in the last like 5 minutes. I was like, you know what, Jessica's not here. I wonder if she's like driving home today. I think that she's like she'd be, because she'd been like missing like the beginning of the Women Who Rock night, yo. See, look at that. Like I said, it's funny how I think of people and they pop up like immediately. It's almost like clockwork. And I don't even say their names yet. I haven't even said their name. I was literally just thinking about you. I was like, I wonder if she's like okay, like if she's sick today or something. You know what I mean? We're glad that you've made it home. You've made it through the worst of the stream, so we're on the better side of it now. The beginning was rough. But we've gotten into a better groove now. And we have our ad break starting in 55 seconds. Rihanna is older than Johnny. Is she really? I didn't know. Well, I guess I would have probably. I should be surprised. Yeah, I guess I really should be surprised. For some reason, I thought that I was. I guess maybe I thought I was a little younger than her, a little older than her. Excuse me. Maybe not. The beginning was talking about feelings, which is not bad. February 20th, 1988. Oh, shit. So, yeah, she's like a whole year older than me. Sure enough. Sure enough. Same age as Dr. Deep. Ha ha! Dr. Deep. Shout out to Dr. Deep. This is not Phil's. Well, I didn't make that guess. Phil's is probably Rihanna. If we're being honest, it's probably Rihanna. He think he could play with me today. He think he could fool me. Man, the South Arcade's already bothering me because I'm starting to think that was probably Jessica. Because we saw South Arcade together actually. And they cooked, yo. They cooked. They're fire. They're fire. They're great. They're great, especially for being like a very fresh band. Like I think that was like one of like especially their first time like in the States for sure. They haven't been like a band very long, and they're pretty great for as new as they are. They were awesome. Did you do it already? No, that one's actually the last one on the list. I'm just looking at the last 6 songs because we have Bachelor's Grove, Marquetta Irglová, Space Moth, Rihanna's Disturbia, Billie Eilish-Skinny, and South Arcade Superman. And I think Geek Girl's going to be throwing a song in there too. So I'm going to hit refresh because maybe she did it already. Maybe. Nope. There's still 6 songs. So yeah, I'm just trying to figure out who these songs are. That's all. I'm trying to make my guesses ahead of time. Because I think that whatever this Marquetta Irglová one is, I think that's H-Tan. And Billie Eilish, I feel like that one, is, I don't know why, but I feel like it's Kiki. But at the same time, I also feel like it's probably not Kiki. What was the guess for this one? For Bachelor's Grove? I haven't heard enough of the song yet to have a guess for it. Because off the rip, it doesn't. I don't have like a guess. You know what I mean? This one's Kalia? Or Billie Eilish was Kalia? My request isn't there. It might just have not made it in here yet. I'm going to refresh again. Yeah, like I said, I might just not have made it into the playlist yet there, friend. Okay, she's Billie Eilish. Okay, that's what I thought. All right, the ad's over. Let's check out this Bachelor's Grove Immortality. Let's check it out.
choose to change. Cheat your way to endless days, lost in comfort and many games. To live forever inside a dream, may the world be your enemy, but to die together alongside me, awake to breathe in humanity. We float together in this haze, this fantasy. You choose to change. Cheat your way to endless days, lost in comfort and many games.
Well, dope. Well, dope. I don't remember if anybody had said whether it was or was not, but I did guess that it was Dr. Phil. Why I never thought to call him Dr. Phil until now is funny, but I think he's going to be Dr. Phil from now on. He might be Dr. Phil from now on. Shout out to Dr. Phil. That's what he gets. That's what he gets for not fighting for my love. You know what I mean? He said he wanted it. he said he loved me. But he wouldn't even fight. Not even a little bit, man. Like I said, I'm still salty about that, bro. I'm still salty about it. I'm not gonna let it go. This one, I swear to God, has got to be H-Tan. His titles. This title just screams H-Tan. You know what I mean? It screams it. This is from us. What is Petrov Pianos? The home of Petrov Pianos is prominent European manufacturer of acoustic grand and upright pianos. That's what I'm saying. This is a piano. This is a piano specific channel. All right. Let's see what H-Chain got for us this week, yo.
3, 4. I don't know you, but I want you all the more for that. dreams that never amount to more than they're meant will play themselves out. Take this sinking boat and point it home. We've still got time. Raise your hopeful voice. You have a choice. You've made it now. Falling slowly, eyes that know me, and I can't go back. And moods that take me and erase me, and I'm painted black. Well, you have suffered enough and warred with yourself. It's time that you won. Take this sinking boat and point it home. We've still got time. Raise your hopeful voice. You have a choice. You've made it now. Take this sinking boat and point it home. We've still got time. Raise your hopeful voice. You have a choice. You've made it now. Falling slowly, sing your melody. I'll sing along. Take the sinking boat and point it home. We've still got time. Raise your hopeful voice. You have a choice. You made it now.
Very beautiful and pretty song. I feel like Homeboy's freestyling was probably my favorite part of that, when he was going off and doing his own little thing. I thought that was pretty sick. Did not give it any boost love though. Got to make sure I help this piano company sell more pianos. Shout out to piano manufacturers. Petra Pianos. go ahead and order one. Use code Foxtrot Pianos and save 10% off your next piano purchase. This is not an ad. Shout out to HD. Oh man, so stupid. That was the dumbest response after that song. Oh shit, man. Fucking hell. Alright. We gotta do our review. We got to do our review today. 18 years ago. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. You still got time. Something like that. Something like that. Something like that. All right, what's going on, family? We are back with another request from our good friend Geek Girl today. And today, she has got us checking out. Oh, fuck. Before we do that, my bad, y'all. Say bye. Say goodbye. Now you're off the screen. Now you guys can say whatever you want. Now you can say whatever you want. You can talk shit. You can not. You know? You can be silent. You can be not. Who cares? Who cares? Let's start over. What's going on, family? We are back with another request from our good friend Geek Girl today. And today, they have got us checking out Oh My God. Oh My God by Ida Maria. Ida Maria Music. Hold on. I'm not familiar. Ida Maria? Is that what it is? Ida? Yeah. Ida Maria. Ida Maria. God, I'm stupid. If you're here the first time on my channel, I am rather dumb. If you're returning, you already know I'm dumb. So, oh boy, Ida Maria. Not to be confused with Ave Maria, right? Probably the same. It's probably the same person. That song was probably about this person. It's old enough to be, right? 18 years ago. I'm just kidding. I know that song's older than 18 years. You know, I can see him already. Who does this guy think he is? That song's like 1,000 years old. It probably is like 1,000 years old. Who knows? Some Roman Catholic somewhere wrote it, right? Something like that. Who knows? What are we even talking about anymore, guys? What are we even talking about anymore at this point? Oh my God. Would you just play the song, Johnny? Let's check it out.
Find a cure for my life, find a cure for my life, find a cure for my life, find a cure for my life. Oh my God, you think I'm in control? Oh my God, oh you think it's all for fun? Oh my God, oh you think I'm in control? Oh my God, oh you think it's all for fun? Been a smile on my face, been a smile on my face, been a smile. Put a smile on my face, put a smile. Put a smile on my face, put a prize on my soul, put a prize on my soul, put a prize on my soul, put a prize on my soul. Oh my God, oh you think I'm in control? Oh my God, oh you think it's all for fun? Oh my God, I think I'm in control. Oh my God, oh you think it's all for fun? Find a cure for my life, find a cure for my life, find a cure.
Oh my God. You know, it's sometimes in life, you know, we talk about this a lot on the channel where it's like, you know, you never really know when you're going to find a song that you like need in the moment. And I feel like this is one of those times where, you know, I was talking a little bit earlier on the live stream about how really wasn't like it really like just the best of head spaces today, but you know we still showed up and we still did the thing, And you know, like on any other day, any other week, this song would have probably been cool, right? But like when you hear a song, and I feel like that's how like anything really hits you, right? Is like you never really know when like why and when you're gonna fall in love with a song the way that you do, until you like hear it. Where again, like, you know, on a different day, this might have been like, it would have been like, oh man, I like the punk rock vibes, but I'm like, it's kind of like, it's cool or whatever, right? But like on another day, like again, like on a day like today, I feel like everything I was trying to say is kind of like what she's saying. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's what's awesome about music is like you find other people out there in the world that are basically, that you feel are saying basically the same ways that you feel. You know what I mean? And I think that's one of the things that I love about the art of music is that people find unique and interesting ways to express the human experience in all sorts of fashion. And I like when people can, like, it's almost like stand-up comedy, right? Where it's like, you know, you're almost trying to find a way to find something that's not laughable or something that isn't funny and find a way to laugh at it. It's kind of, I feel like, the same way with music, where sometimes you're trying to find and write about a subject and make it sound happier than the subject matter that you're talking about. And I feel like it's like, that is the magic. That is the magic, and I feel like I'm just appreciating that song so much more for this today.
Find a cure for my life, find a cure. Find a cure for my life, find a cure. Find a cure for my life. Find a cure. Find a cure for my life, find a cure. Find a cure for my life, put a price on my soul, put a price on my soul, build a wall, build a fortress around my heart. Oh my God, oh you think I'm in control, oh my God, oh you think it's all for fun, oh my God, oh you think I'm in control, oh my God, oh you think it's all for fun, is this fun for you?
Oh my God, that was fire. I really like this song quite a bit, yo. I feel like, again, this is one of those times where on a different day, if I would allow myself, it probably would make me cry. And I feel like that's, I guess what I'm trying to get at and say is like, it's not always the sad songs that make me like tear up. Like I said, I am such a sucker for like things that make me feel, especially when it's like more uplifting energy. You know what I mean? Like everything about this song, I feel like is very much like on like an upscale where it's not supposed to make you feel sad when you listen to it. But I feel like because I'm able to connect with it and like the message of it, I feel like I can feel like you still kind of feel like the pain within it, if that makes any sense. And it's really hard to describe that. Like I said, on a day like today, it's not going to do it. Like I said, you know, it's going to go on the playlist and a couple of the playlists. And I feel like on the right day, on the right drive, this one's going to get some tears, you know? And I say that all in the best ways, where it's I'm on a constant journey to find these kinds of songs, and it's really hard to find and tell people like, oh, because like, you know, just because I say that about this song today, the next song that sounds just like this isn't gonna make me feel that way. It's like just the ones in the moment. You know what I mean? We listen to this. I listen to so much of a certain subject. You know what I mean? When it comes to music, and so much of like certain categories and subject matters, like what the song them specifically is about. But it doesn't mean every song about that is going to make me feel that way. You know what I mean? I feel like we've had to go through this a few times on the channel where, like, you know, every song about self-harm doesn't make me feel some sort of way. If anything, something like it makes me feel weird about it sometimes, where I feel like the ones who are writing about it in like the most like creative and like almost cryptic ways are like my favorites. Not to say that this is what they did today. I don't feel like that's what this was about, but I'm just using that as an example where it's like, this next song about this kind of stuff isn't going to make me feel the same way that this one did. Does that make sense? Where I think it's all about how things connect to you in a moment, and it's harder to predict that. So I just want to say thank you again to Geek Girl for throwing this one on the list today. I appreciate it, my friend. This is why I always encourage people that, like, you know, even if it's not brand new or from a brand new artist, it don't matter. Good things are good things. Good music is good music, and just because I haven't heard it doesn't mean it's not new to me, right? So, like, as long as I haven't heard it, it's new to me still. So, appreciate you, my friend. Thank you for throwing in the list today. I think that's all I got. Be kind to a stranger. Tell somebody that you love them, and if you haven't joined the Foxtrot family, there's always room for you. Excellent song today, yo. This one was fire as fuck. I'll make sure I need to add it to my playlist now before I forget about it, because I hate doing that. Oh my god. You know how many songs are called Oh My God? Like the first one that popped up was Oh My God from Usher and Will.I.Am. Oh my god. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ida Marie's a 4th song down, though. Shout out to her. Some punk rock attitude. Digging the fuck out of that. I'm just going to throw this out there. The saying, make me feel some sort of way, confuses me because people use it when they mean it, it'll be offensive. SSD, etc. But like most things make people feel some sort of way. I think when I say it a lot of times, what I'm trying to mean is it really depends on the context. Because I feel like a lot of times, like, it's almost a preface because I'm like, I don't want others to feel some sort of way about something because I feel that way. Does that make sense? I'm not trying to project my feelings onto you. And I feel like that's why, you know what I mean? I'm not looking to make you feel a specific way about it. You're supposed to still feel however you're going to feel about it, but it's like if there's 3 people and you talk shit about one person to another person when you guys don't know each other, you're influencing how that person might feel about that because of how you feel about that person. Does that make sense? That is making the other person feel some sort of way, even though you're not trying to make them feel some sort of way. Does that make sense? Oh my god. And she's on ads. Welcome back, Mal. That is not at all what I said, Peter. Not at all what I said. What I was saying was, oh, my God. Oh, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh, my God. What is it that I'm not addressing, Pixie? The saying that what Maul's saying doesn't make sense is the saying to make you feel some sort of way? What did I say even in the context to say that make you feel some sort of way? I think it's just a way, again, I explained it during the ad break, but basically I think it's just a way to explain that you can inadvertently make people feel things based on how you feel things. So it's not to make you feel any sort of way. Because if I say something that might get your back up, I'm prefacing it because I know that it's probably going to get your back up, but I'm not meaning it that way that you're going to feel it. That's what I think the meaning is supposed to say. That it's going to make you feel something, but it's not intended, or I'm not trying to make you feel that the thing that I'm probably going to make you feel. Yeah, I'm lost, Mom. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what's happening. I feel like I'm missing something. Alright, I'm just gonna play the next song. I'll pay attention to the chat. Maybe somebody will explain it to me, but I feel like I'm lost at this point. Space Monk, do we exist? this world. We are all alone in this world. I don't know who put this in here, but this show was actually pretty sick. I'm digging the vibes. We're gonna give him a sub. Was this Peter? That's gonna be my guess. You can shoot me 3 times if it wasn't Peter. But I'm gonna guess that it was Peter. Fire. Shout out to Peter. That was an excellent find, man. I'm about to leave him a comment. Trippy, spacey, and catchy. I'm hooked, yo. All right, Rihanna, Disturbia. I still can't figure out who would have thought that I didn't know Rihanna's Disturbia. You know what I mean? I feel like I don't know if there's a Rihanna song I don't know. You know what I mean? I'm very familiar, but hey, let's do it. Run it back. Oh, it was Metro? Shout out to you, Metro.
What's wrong with me? Why do I feel like this? I'm going crazy now. No more gas in the red. Can't even get started. Nothing heard, nothing said. Can't even speak about it. I'm my life, I'm my head. Don't wanna think about it. Feels like I'm going insane, yeah. It's a thief in the night to come and grab you. It can creep up inside you and consume you. A disease of the mind, it can control you. It's too close to come back. Pretty lights, here in the city of wonder, ain't gon' play nice. Watch out, you might just go under. Better think twice. The train of thought will be altered, so if you must pause, to be wise. Mind is Disturbia, it's like the darkness is the light. Disturbia, am I scaring you tonight? Disturbia, ain't used to what you like. Disturbia, Disturbia.
I think I maybe watched this music video like one time, and that was probably like when it came out. You know what I mean?
Faded pictures on the wall. It's like they talking to me. Disconnected, no call. The phone don't even ring. I gotta get out. Oh, figure it out. It's too close to comfort. Oh, it's a thief in the night to come and grab you. It can creep up inside you and consume you. A disease of the mind, it can control you. I feel like a monster. Oh, you're in the city of wonder. City of lights. Watch out, you might just go under. Better think twice. Think twice. So if you must pause, to be wise. Disturbia, it's like the darkness is the light. Disturbia, am I scaring you? Disturbia, ain't
Man, Metro trying to get me. Everybody trying to get me to sing today. We had the Lady Gaga cover. We got the Rihanna Disturbia going today. A lot of throwbacks. In the playlist today. Shout out to you guys. Shout out to Metro for hanging out with us again today, man. Appreciate you. Bringing some good vibes through. Like the energy. Kiki was getting excited. She was getting excited. Billie Eilish, I make the weirdest music video as Rihanna. Hold my Disturbia. Okay. Okay. All right. Speaking of Billie Eilish, that's next. We going sad white girl vibes now. All right. This is what Taylor Swift thinks she sounds like. Damn it, I said it out loud, Russ. They're gonna hear it.
Fell in love for the first time. With a friend, it's a good sign. Feeling off when I feel fine. 21 took a lifetime. People say I look happy just because I got skinny. But the old me is still me, and maybe the real me, and I think she's pretty. And I still cry. Stage, I'm a bird in a cage, I'm a dog in a dog pound. And you said I was your secret, and you didn't get to keep it. And the internet is hungry for the meanest kind of funny, and somebody's gotta feed it. Oh, do you still cry?
Oh my God. The giving off Deftones vibes was killing me. And they basically explained it already in the comments or in the chat there, Metro. But yeah, basically It's become a joke. It's become a joke on the channel that basically, if you can't think of like anything else to compare it to, or even if it doesn't, you just say that it gives off Deftones vibes, because there are so many people. And like I said, we joke and say it's like every comment on every single rock song that ever existed. But if you look, and we do, the amount of times that we come across somebody referencing the Deftones in any rock genre, they just be like, oh man, this gives Deftones. You know what I mean? It's just become a thing. So like, it's just become more of a channel inside joke now that like basically just say that everything gives you Deftones vibes. It's even if it does, sometimes it's going to actually apply. And that's what makes it even more funny, because sometimes it will apply and sometimes it'll be like the furthest thing from it. You know what I mean? That I actually put on a Deftones song. I put it in the music chat on the Discord because I gave it to Russ, because Russ said he didn't know any Deftones songs. And I was like, there's really only one that you kind of have to know. You know, there's like the one. There'll be other people that'll argue, you know what I mean? But My Own Summer is the only one that matters. That's the one. That's the one Deftones shit. That's like, if there had to be one on an island, you know what I mean, that you took with you, it's that one. They were kind of like a huge band in the 90s, and like they were kind of like a genre bender, if you will. Like, so that's why a lot of people will say that it reminds them of Deftones, because if you listen to a little bit of Deftones, you've heard all of that, and then you can hear all the inspiration from people who like would have loved that band. You know what I mean? Again, they're kind of pioneers that way. I saw a King Von and Billie Eilish mashup on YouTube, but it was used by AI, so I don't know. Yeah, we've checked out stuff like that before, and honestly, I feel like we try to make it a point to more or less just support the artists on on this channel, even if they are, you know, superstars like Billie Eilish, right? You know, she is still at least a living and breathing person and not AI. So, those mashups and stuff like that, that's all cool. It's all well and dandy, but that's stuff I think that most people more share on Discord versus in the actual time on the streams. But they do be finding some good stuff out there. They've been doing some good shit. Some people like be even just like when the human brain, where it's like, you know, they'll put like this song over that song and it meshes up perfectly. So like, you know, AI just also like adds to those things now. So it just makes it easier to do a lot of that kind of stuff for people who do want to try to obtain those kinds of things in videos. Oh man, this is like brand new. Do they have another new song that I haven't heard yet? Had to be AI because King Von and Billy never met. Yeah, the only thing I've seen her do with anybody who was black was the guy, oh my god, what's his name? Armani Blanco, I think his name. The one who made the Billie Eilish song. The one that's like, you know, because I'm stylish. You know, Glock tuck, big t-shirt, Billie Eilish. That guy. I think it's Armani Blanco. Blanco? Armani something. Yeah, the guy who made that song. That's the only time I've ever seen her with a black person. Like, in music-wise. So, I saw that she brought him out, like, on stage one time. Like at one of her shows, and then obviously King Von RIP. So yeah, I don't think that ever happened. So yeah, AI for sure. You forgot to remove a song from the playlist? What song? Not Donnie Darko. Armani Blanco. I swear, Kalia, is that his name? Is it Armani Blanco? I swear that's his name. Let's see. I'm gonna look at the video. I bet you the video's out there. Eilish, Armani, White. Blanco. Armani Blanco. Fuck, I'm half Spanish out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying?
You know that song that's like, Black Tuck, Big T-shirt, Billie Eilish? You know that song? I'm pretty sure.
Y'all hear that bass in there? Pfft, that shit is bumping at the Billie Eilish show. Oh, shades. Hearing bass at a Billie Eilish show is crazy. It's crazy that I called him Armani Blanco and his name's Armani White. That's crazy. That's crazy how that worked out. Freeze and Fall are live streaming a gig. Oh, that's right now? That's today? I didn't realize that was today. Wait, I just realized now you weird for saying R.I.P. King Von. And I swear to God, isn't he passed on? Am I crazy? Am I getting the wrong person? Maybe I'm crazy, yo. I might be crazy. South Arcade, Superman. Is this? I think it was Jessica. Nah, it's just weird that you said that because he's pretty fucking evil. Well, he's dead. You know what I mean? I don't know nothing. I don't really know anything about him other than the fact that he's dead. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm saying. It's no disrespect. That's what I'm saying. I don't know anything about him like that. So it's just more R.I.P. because he's dead. Just respectful to people who are passed on that way. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. You confused me there for a second. Whether he's a good person or not, I have no idea. I don't know anything about him. All I know is that he is a rapper, or was a rapper. He was from Chicago, I believe, and that he is now passed on. That's all I know. So yeah, that's all I know about it. So I'm just trying to not be disrespectful. That's all. I think this was Jessica's pick. She said, of course, let's check out the South Arcade, yo.
Listen up. You're today, my friend. I'm a kind of burning from both ends, but you and I making sales. You and I can't pretend. You've been the first to act this way, but you can't on my nerves. What can I say? Yeah, you and I thinking straight. You and I, not today. 'Cause I'm about to I'm like you. I'm like the rest of my I won't lose. You wanna keep me out of this state. Something, but it's too late. It's no use. 'Cause I don't
I wonder if my man, I don't know if this is just for the video or not, but there's a lot of nostalgia in this. Like this haircut right here is giving off all the early like Good Charlotte vibes. Everything about this video feels like a throwback. I feel like them in the diner is supposed to represent a specific music video that I can't think of in the top of my head. Them being in the boxing ring definitely reminds me a lot of the Annie, Are You Okay cover that, oh my god, what was that band's name? They did the whole video with them in the boxing ring. There's a couple of them did it in the boxing ring. And like I said, as soon as I saw this dude's hair, I was like, man, this is giving all lifestyles of the rich and famous vibes.
It's not your day to day, my friend. Every little thing under my skin. Cause you and I listening. You and I work down. I'm only the last to pick a fight. But it could be my first time here tonight. If you and I step outside, you're not gonna like what you're gonna find. Cause everybody's right, I'm like you. I'm dressed in what I do. I won't bleed, I won't bruise. You wanna keep me, I don't wanna see you.
And she's wearing a Stars and... Hold on. Like I'm saying, she's wearing a Stars and Strap shirt too? The Superman, is that supposed to be like Eminem and Superman? I'm telling you, I feel like there's a lot of like little time capsule and, you know, early 2000s vibes in this video. You know what I mean? I feel like it's on purpose too. I feel like it was supposed to be.
Right, I want a good clean fight, okay? No low blows, don't hit him in the balls. So make it
that
a
Peter?
nice clean fight.
Step back, get out my way. Wrong time in the wrong place. One finger to your face. I wanna break it. I'm about to cause a scene. Go turn killing machine. One take is all I need. We gotta take it. I'm feeling so
That's what I'm saying. How do they even get these clothes, bro? He got that yellow Mark Echo shirt on, and the homie. Why is he wearing a Diamondbacks hat? I swear to God, there's references in here I'm just not getting. Fire. They're awesome, man. They write great stuff. We're playing in Allentown. Archer Music Hall. Scott Pilgrim versus the World. This flavor, like new metal, makes me. As we say, it definitely gives off like new metal throwback, Limp Bizkit type shit. Yeah, for sure. It definitely reminds me of Lifestyles of the Rich and the Famous meets. Who was the band that did that shit? What the heck was that song even called? It wasn't called Anywhere You're Okay. Smooth Criminal. Alien Ant Farm. That Alien Ant Farm video, I'm telling you. Alien Ant Farm Smooth Criminal. I don't even have to play the video. You know what I mean? Look at that. You see what I'm saying? With the loose boxing ring, you know what I'm saying? It's I'm telling you. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, I'm telling you. That's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of if lifestyles of the rich and the famous and that alien ant farm cover had a baby. That's what this song would be. Give that red cape back to Superman. Oh boy, another person reacting to Mothra. Just another person. All right, yo. I think that was it. You didn't like that? You didn't like that comment, Peter? I was just fucking with you. I wasn't gonna say all you English people sound the same because I know you don't. You guys, your guys' accents are just so foreign from me for me to be able to tell what part of the country and who has what dialects and all that. I'm just not familiar. You know what I mean? Note to self: never request Mothra. No, it's not like that, Russ. It's not like that. As like I said, there's some people that would sell their own children to get views. You know what I'm saying? And it's just, you just watch them do it. You just watch them do it. And you're like, oh, here we go. You know, just sell your next kid because you know it'll get views, you know? Yeah, I don't even know where South Arcade is from. Let's look it up. Let's see where they're from. That way you could tell us, Peter, what the deal is with them. Just trying to get on the next soundtrack of Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. Facts. Let's see. What does not say here? Oh, he already posted it. Where is it? Oxford. Like, is that where the college is? Like the university? Like the big one? Like where all like the Prince kids go and shit? You know what I mean? Like all the privileged people go to Oxford shit? That's where it is, right? Is that where they're from? They're from the same place? It is? Where's that in conjunction? Where's that in conjunction? Where's that in you? In regards to where you are? Should we assume that all kids from Oxford are spoiled? Should we assume that South Arcade is spoiled, Peter? Are you going to project things out there in the world? Are they Nepo babies? Are they a bunch of Nepo babies? Southeast about 60 miles. For you guys, that's like a whole fucking country. That's a whole country away, man. 60 miles? Goddamn. If you're going to travel there, you got to stay overnight. It's crazy. Don't marginalize whole groups of people. I was just trying to see if Peter was going to say it. Oxford's like any place with poor areas. I figured not every college town is rich. I remember when I went to State College the first time, which is where Penn State is in Pennsylvania. It was not at all what I had thought in my mind. You know what I mean? I had not, and like, it was like probably almost the complete opposite of what I expected when I went there. Don't say that to folks from Cambridge. Like I said, I don't know nothing about that. All I know is there's a lot of pride in where Peter and all them are from, where they like look down upon people because they live in certain parts of the country, because they're only like, it's the same way that motherfuckers assume things about you based on what part of the state that you live in. You know what I mean? You're from Maryland, right? So because you live from Baltimore, how do people treat you compared to like people who live in, let's say, I don't know, Annapolis or Essex, like you said, like down near the DMV. You know what I mean? Where people are going to assume, based on just where you live, that you are X, even though it's like anything else, where it's always a mixture of people. Have I ever been to England? No. No. I don't really have a strong desire to go to England either. I don't know what I'd do there. They also have, like, you know, they hate weed out there, so I'm not looking to go anytime soon. I don't want to go to anywhere where I gotta worry about smoking weed outside and all of a sudden I'm gonna get arrested. Fuck that. I ain't got time for all that, yo. I want to go to the UK and see all my skinny white boys. You could go and hang out with PC and Paul and Cole. I probably could. And what's crazy is I could probably see all of them in the same day, and all of them would think that was probably crazy. They're like, wow, you drove 4 hours in the same day from 3 different towns? Holy fuck. How could one person do that? You get a caution the first time? Nah, they'd lock me up, bro. I'm an American. They'd be like, fuck. Especially now, they'd be like, hell nah. They're like, hell no, we're looking for reasons to throw y'all in jail around here. Scotland Yard, here I come. You could have tea with royalty? Why would I want to do that? I don't even think that's real. I think you're just saying things. I think you're just making things up. Go have tea with royalty. Yeah, all I know is that Ren's from Brighton, because he says that he was from the mean streets of Brighton. And every time he's forever associated with Brighton. Grew up. What you know what I'm saying, Steve? Driving on the wrong side of the road thing. Indeed. They drive small cars and they drive on the other side. That's one thing I always have noticed, when I've watched of anything that was based in that part of the world. They're always in these small ass cars, all of them, never in a big car. The only people who drive big cars are criminals, apparently, over there. You know what I mean? You got to be part of the cartel or the mafia or something and driving a car that doesn't sit 2 feet off the ground. The place Ren Babe grew up in Wales was compared to an Iraq war scene, he said. Huh. Interesting. I don't think he's been to Iraq, so I don't think he knows what that looks like. And I'm not one to doubt Ren, but it seems like an odd comparison. Only assholes drive big cars. So that's what they have a whole opinion about it. You got a big car? You a piece of shit. You sit high off the ground? Fuck you, bro. Piece of shit. Oh my god. It's and there's in some parts of this country, if you don't have a truck, you know what I mean? There's just certain parts where, it's almost automatic. You have to, at least they think that they do. You have to drive a big car in Texas. Colorado, it's kind of the same out there. Anywhere where people live, like the big out, like Utah, Idaho, all of those kinds of places where there's a lot of fucking space, a lot of less people, a lot of people drive bigger cars. Big old Ford F-150s. That's F-150. That's a small car. That's for the women. Women drive F-150s. Man, you gotta get yourself at least a 350 or not. 350 or a diesel. You know what I mean? F-150. That's for the women folk out here. You know what I'm saying? A diesel. Oh man, there's one girl on my team. She was a truck driver. She loved trucks. Would never drive anything smaller than an F-150. I told her about my truck that I had, and she called me names. She called me names. She said that my car was meant for toddlers. My dad has an F-150. Oh, man. Stick shift? Peter's over here talking about stick shift cars. The dicks that used to drive Mustang 5 liters now drive... Oh, okay, I see what he's saying. People that used to drive those kind of cars drive these kind of cars now. My brother-in-law drives a Mustang. Built it from the ground up a couple of times. Same with his pappy. His pappy did the same thing. I'm so high right now and I'm lost, so yeah. There's not much that you're missing, Pixie, other than the fact that if you drive a truck, people are going to assume things about you. You know what I mean? Like I said, in certain parts of these country, it's almost automatic for you to drive a truck. And in those places, it's not as much of a thing. They judge people who don't drive trucks around there probably more than anything. He might trade his 911 for the Dodge. Oh, you better put it in there for a Hemi then. You better get yourself a Hemi. Little Dodge Ram 3500. Cybertrucks? Oh boy, don't even talk about those. Those things are garbage. In fact, even calling those trucks is kind of wild. The fact that they even call them a truck is crazy. All this hostility about the UK. Oh man, ain't nobody being. Now we're back on hating about the South right now. I was just teasing the UK friends that they could all like meet each other in like 10 minutes because they all live an hour from each other. My girlfriend said they are built like futuristic tanks. Yeah, I could kind of see that. I could see that. They kind of got like a little bit of like a tank vibe to them. You're still waiting on my favorite combine. You have a good night, Peter. If you can still hear us, friend. I hope you have a good night, friend. Yeah, I was watching all kinds of videos the one year that people were having with Cybertrucks because there's so much like electronic stuff because obviously, you know, they live out there in Cali. They're doing all this shit out there in California where they're not really thinking about how that affects in any kind of cold places, where like all the snow and all the things that were hitting and like how they were handling anything to do with like the weather like that. Those things were struggling. If they reboot Back to the Future, it will be a Cybertruck. You know, the bad thing about that is like a bunch of other car companies made cars that somewhat resembled Cybertrucks. You know what I mean? It's crazy how you like watch the car shift. I've always found this interesting as an adult, like when I start thinking about like how cars were when I was 20 and how cars are now and how they've slowly shifted, because they've had Honda Civics and Honda Accords this entire time, and they've had Hyundai Santa Fe's and Hyundai Tucsons, and it's the same car lines, and how they shift over year after year after year, and how they just like slowly change. It's interesting. All right, y'all. I think that's it for the day. That's all she wrote for today, friends. The 67 Impala. Man, some of the conversations that we've had on here that I thought we would never have, talking about cars like this. Talking about 67 Impalas and Cybertrucks. Man, that's one thing I thought we'd never talk about. But I also thought we'd never talk about Chinese food and iced coffee. So, you know, it is what it is. The conversations never die. I appreciate you there, Feral Toms. I appreciate you for hanging out. I appreciate the kind words. I appreciate everybody else for hanging out as well. Appreciate the patrons. Yeah, thanks for guys for honestly just hanging out today. Like I said, I know this was a little bit of a off stream, and especially in the beginning. But I appreciate y'all for hanging it out and sticking it out with me as we made it through this playlist today. And yeah, you guys have a wonderful night wherever you are in the great wide world. And yeah, we will probably see you guys on Sunday.